Hey, welcome back to the channel. So, got about an hour or so away from work, maybe 45 minutes or so before I have to go back. So I came out to the botanical gardens just to kind of get away from for a little bit, man. I tell you what, this week seemed like some weeks the job just get on your nerves so bad you can't really even stay there before you just want to start freaking out on everybody. Dang, phone rings so much. I mean, it's so crazy, it's hard to even keep up. They just call after call after call after call after call, like we're some kind of service help center. I mean, it seems like there's so much information out there. All the answers are somewhere online. And it seems like the more information that's out there, the less the people can actually help themselves, the less people think for themselves. So they just wind up calling and asking for all these questions. Oh, I mean, it's fine, and that's what we're there for. But some of these questions are so basic. It's just like, God, I can't believe you just asked me that and wasted my time and yours when you could find that out easily anywhere. You don't even have to look that up. Like some things you should just know. I mean, it's unbelievable what some people call and ask. Anyway, so I had to decompress from that just a little bit. Like I'm starting to get we're a little short staffed this week, and I'm starting to get antsy with the staff because all these phone calls and questions and people doing crazy stuff. It's just, sometimes you just gotta get away and count to 20, you know what I'm saying? So I'm out here at the Botanical Gardens. I'm on the ZVE10 today. Why? I have no idea. It was just sitting on the counter this morning and I picked it up and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna go try that camera out. Of course, I get out to the Botanical Gardens and think it's gonna be all nice and quiet, and, kind of relax a little bit. They got a huge construction project going on out front. I mean, literally all you can hear is backhoes beep, 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 and machinery and people hammering stuff. And so you just can't get away from it, I guess. So, I mean, I walked to the very back of this sucker. I don't even know if anybody knows about this spot or not. So anyway, I'm just out taking some video and some photos and basically just decompressing a little bit. Thought I might bring you along and see what we see. So I don't know if I told you or you watched any of the videos about the A7C2. I went ahead and ordered that camera. Pre-ordered it, I guess, but I've since canceled that pre-order. Man, I'm sure it's going to be a great camera, but I just couldn't do it. To me, it's just there's a few things about the A7C that made me just stop and think. Maybe some would say come to my senses and not go ahead and purchase that camera. I'll kind of go over those as we walk along here. The first thing about that camera is the size of the camera. I know it's a big selling point. Everybody likes the size of the camera and all that, but I've had cameras. I had the A7C, the original. I had the ZVE1. They're all kind of similar size, similar grip, things like that. You got a full frame camera there, and you're still going to have to get the most benefits out of your full frame camera, you really need to put full frame lenses on there. And unless you're kind of the person that's going to go around with those little 2.5 prime lenses or these extra small prime lenses, for that it'll be great, I'm sure. But I'm more of a zoom lens shooter, and those zoom lenses just are so uncomfortable with those smaller cameras and those smaller grips. It's just not practical. So what you wind up doing is you have to put a cage on there, or you have to put a grip. And Sony came out with that extra little grip that fits up underneath there, or a cage, or a grip, or an extra piece of this or extra that, just to make the camera, more functional to hold with with the bigger lenses. And by the time you do all that, your camera is just as big or bigger, you know, than the A7 IV or the A7 R5. So it is smaller, yes, but it's really not as functional once you add, you know, a cage and a grip or whatever you have to add to, you know, actually make the camera functional. Another thing, I wonder how long all this footage is going to take me to run through Catalyst Browse. Another thing about the A7C II is the screen and the viewfinder. You know, I don't know what Sony's thinking on those things, but look, you use a camera to take photos and videos of the world around you. That's the primary function of a camera. I probably don't need to tell you that, but that's what we use them for, okay? And it's helpful when you're interacting with the camera to be able to tell what it's doing and in order to get images and videos of the world around you. And that screen and that viewfinder, they're not going to be worth a dang. It's just going to be frustrating. But they're charging a premium price for the camera because of all these software upgrades. But there's no increased hardware, no better hardware in the cameras. So what good's a camera if you can't tell what you're doing with it? It has a crappy screen, no viewfinder. I mean, but it's not $2,200. And that's insane. It's like $700 or $800. I don't even know what it is anymore, but you know, if you buy a camera for that, you're not expecting the best. You buy a camera for $2,200, a A7C II, or $3,000 for the A7CR. Your expectation should be at least a decent screen that you can see when it's sunny outside, or at least a decent viewfinder so when you look through it you don't have to squint or bang that solid piece of plastic up against your head. Best picture spots in all of Stillwater right here. You come out here in the fall, and there'll be a nice sunset coming over there. And all this little grass right here, it just lights up. It's like bright golden yellow. You can catch the sun coming through these trees over here. It's a spectacular place to shoot fall pictures in Stillwater, Oklahoma. You got to keep all these little picture spots logged just in case you need somewhere to go in a pinch. That's one of my top spots right there. There's this whole spot. It's just, you come out here in the spring, it's just full of people taking pictures of wedding pictures. In the fall it'll be like graduation and senior pictures. I mean, this is where so many portrait sessions are done here in Stillwater, but it's a nice place, easy to get to, scenery's okay. So anyway, nice little spot. Like I say, it's just about 3 minutes away from my office. Had to get away for a minute, had to get away. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Hope you've enjoyed the video a little bit. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you on the next one. Hopefully I can get this footage done in Catalyst Browse before the weekend. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.